What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Friends of Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick, Aquarius, and All Points, Waco, Texas. This is my Waco, Texas rant because people are upset because of the way the Waco, Texas biker gangs have been treated. Pretty much sat down on the curb, nobody in handcuffs, but 8 people dead. Count them. 8. Here's another fact. The police were told, they were sent information on this was going to happen before it happened. And nobody responded. And, of course, when the police get there, they block off the area, yada, yada, yada. But, sorry, it's late at night, but they didn't draw their guns on any of these people. Now, these are biker gangs. These are deadly biker gangs. They're notorious biker gangs. If this would have been a group of black people at a picnic, and just a fight would have broke out. Just a fight. No guns. Nobody dead. No nothing. Just a fight. There would have been multiple arrests those people would have been restrained, face pinned to the ground, knee in their head, smothered, saying they can't breathe. And there might have been a death that come out of it from the police. I'm telling you. So I'm going to listen to some of the facts. See.
We should tell you, 9 people are dead. 8 were shot and killed at that restaurant or in the parking lot of that restaurant earlier today, about 12:15.
9 people dead.
Died at the hospital. All of the dead are members of a biker gang. Now, it could be one of 2 or 3 biker gangs. We don't know yet which ones those are. Police are not saying to give them that publicity. And police are also concerned about retaliation and payback coming up. This was the scene earlier. The credit there from Dustin Pachowski of a picture. It happened about 12:15. Police were already on the scene. They were concerned. They had heard that there were going to be a large number of bikers gathering at that Twin Peaks restaurant.
Okay, let's stop right there. Police were already on the scene because they had heard at Twin Peaks restaurant that, something was going to go down. So the cops are already there, but 9 people still end up dead. What? Like, I'm trying to drink that in. 9 people dead. And for one, there was more than one gang there. There were rival gangs there. 9 people dead. I think 3 people arrested. But they had such a large number of weapons, knives. They had guns. Like, there's no way that this could have been black people and the cops wouldn't have killed half of them. It's just no way. Let's listen to more.
And they say they have been working with the management at Twin Peaks, but not getting much cooperation from the standpoint of allowing these violent groups to come in and take part at their restaurant. The fight apparently started in some.
These violent groups. What do they call those people who was pissed off about Gray dying? They call them thugs. That's what they call. That's what the news called them, thugs. Yet they killed no one. They just, smashed some windows of some cop cars, and they're thugs and hoods and niggas and everything. But these are members of a violent group. But none of them are thugs. Let's understand the gravity of this. The guys who did this are notorious criminals. And they even said that. Like, they want to call people thugs and hoods and all this other stuff. And for one, let's look at the term hood. You know where the term hood came from? Robin Hood. As in Robin the Hood, who did what? He robbed from the rich, but Robin Hood was a white dude. His name wasn't Robin Hood, it was Robin of Locksley, because you identify from where you lived. He was Robin the Hood. Just like Jesus, the Christ. His last name wasn't Christ. Christ is what he was. So if you wear a hood, you're a hood. Then you are a thief. So let's bring it up to today. So you're a thief. You're a hood. You're a thug. You're this, you're that. But these guys were just members of a violent group. No, these guys were already murderers. They were thugs. They were already in the legal system. They've already committed felonies, multiple felonies. But yet they're just members of a dangerous group. Okay. And by the way, I just want to say this. The kid in the blue jacket that was standing on top of the police car during the riots down there in Baltimore, that kid turned himself in. He did. The police that allowed Gray to die, their bail was somewhere around, I don't know, $100,000. And you don't have to pay all that. The 6 cops, the kid who smashed the car windows of the cop car, his bail was $500,000. $500,000. He turned himself in. I just want y'all to drink that in. Just drink it in. Just drink that in. Okay. Back to the bogus report that they're afraid to call these white people what they really are.
Outside, there was fighting with feet, hands, bicycle chains, even a club, and then it escalated from there and gunfire started.
Patrick Swanton from Waco PD told us that they had the SWAT team on standby and ready because they anticipated there might be some trouble today after this meeting, and we're told that that indeed did happen, of course. And now bikers are gathering at different areas around Waco, we're told. Police are providing security in some of those areas. There have been other arrests at the Waco Convention Center, also at a convenience store at Bagby and New Road, just up the street from the TV station here. And police are on guard looking for more, possibly more violence. So let's go now to that press conference.
In the afternoon, we have one additional that died in the hospital due to his wounds. So that brings us to a total body count of 9 individuals.
9 people
that have been killed here at the shooting at Twin Peaks today. I spoke with the hospitals in the area, and I've got a decent number that I can give you for the number of injured that were taken there. And that number stands right now as 18 individuals that were transported from the scene here. Most of those had gunshot wounds and stab wounds as well. It's my understanding that
18 more people
18 have been transferred out to other area hospitals due to the severity of their wounds.
Listen to this.
Hospital management did tell me that the injured that were brought in, most of them had gunshot wounds. Some of them had gunshot wounds and stab wounds as well.
Gunshot wounds and stab wounds.
What we're doing at this point, the scene is relatively secure as far as the initial crime scene. We are in the process of shutting down the entire Central Texas marketplace area due to the significant danger from outlaw biker groups coming in.
Outlaw biker groups.
Trooper D.L. Wilson is the PIO for the Texas Department of Public Safety for this area, and he and I will be here for the remainder of the evening trying to get you the information that you need.
You won't arrest these clowns.
Again, that at this point we are right now shutting down the entire Central Texas marketplace.
Okay, I'm going to end this video soon because this is just ridiculous. They had SWAT ready. They had police already on the scene before all these people died. Like, the racism in this country is just totally ridiculous. Like, y'all brought us over here just to make us slaves and help build America. And now y'all hate us because y'all can. You brought us over here. You did this. We didn't get on. 20 million black people didn't get on a boat and just sail over here. You brought us here. And now you just hate us. But just the racism, like, they're acting like this thing is, this is what bikers do. Yeah, the people in Baltimore are mad as hell when they see that these dudes is just sitting on a curb and there's 9 people dead and 18 more going to the hospital because of shot and killed. But you want to call the black people thugs just because they mad. Because let's get to another fact. The people in Baltimore, there's been over 100 killings. Over 100. There has been, let's get to another fact, and that's within a very short time. I think it was within a year. Another fact is the Baltimore, I'm sorry, the Baltimore Police Department in the judicial system, the flawed judicial system that they have given out over $60 million to people making claims against the police and have found the police liable. For those of you who don't know, the city, I don't know, depends on what city you're from, but the city I know I live in, they have what's called if you're a victim of a crime, it depends on what crime, of a violent crime, the city gives you a certain amount of money for that. Depends on the crime, depends on what happened. But if you're innocent and something happens to you, you know, the city kind of helps you out. Sometimes it's a large amount of money, but nonetheless, I thank the city for that because things just happen. Nonetheless, these people in Baltimore have been terrorized and brutalized so much that the city has gave up $60 million. That's such an astronomical number, but here's the real crazy thing that's happening. They aren't doing anything about the judicial system. They're not doing anything. They just keep letting it go by and by, but they're like, so what? It's just money. See, it means nothing to them because they have the money. They're like, so what? We're going to keep terrorizing poor people, especially poor black people. Why? Because we can. That money's nothing to us. So this is why people are upset about Baltimore and then Waco. And I'm going to bed because just the hatred of us is just so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I think all black people need to move to China. Not China, because China, it hates America. But like South Korea or some part of Asia where people just don't hate us. Just there and Africa. But I know if all black people went back to Africa, you know what they would do? They would blow up Africa.